So, I need you to jot down questions 1 and 2. This is what we are solving from 0 to 2 pi. Yes, that matters, okay? The directions are going to be very important for you on this test. I am recording.
What I said previously was false.
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was
And phones away. What? I don't know what you're saying. They're exciting, aren't they? All right. What I'm asking you now. Do you see any little negative ones by any of these?
No.
No. It is now the inverse. Good work. Yeah.
Yes, Anna.
All right, guys. So I'm not thinking restricted parts of the circle anymore, okay?
No way.
I am thinking 0 to 2 pi. Hopefully that means to you all the way around the circle, okay? We know 0 is here, pi over 2, like I'm the whole thing. 2 pi. So, what I'm asking you, we're starting simple here. Where on that circle does cosine equal negative root 2 over 2? We're going to say theta equals. Like you're thinking what angles give me a cosine that is negative root 2 over 2?
3/4.
Yes, and
5.
just 5. Okay. 5 pi over 4.
500.
Right? It's cosine. It was negative, so I'm thinking, all right, second and third quadrant. I know it's got to be the over 4s. 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4. Okay? Again, know your unit circle values. So many trick quizzes coming for you next week. Okay? So just be ready.
What?
Boo. Veto.
We got a full week. I feel like I should give you more than one. Is it going to snow again?
There's a possibility.
Hey, bring it on. Love snow day.
You're not doing true. I'm not veto.
So I think they're all predicting no.
No, I feel like you're not great at the basic level yet. Right? I was just needing a little more practice and just to fix. Yeah.
I've only taken one actual trick.
That was not like a knock on you guys. I just think you need more of those before.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But there is a trick. It's just
No, so it'll be all 6, but just, yeah. Do you need one more, just 3? Maybe we'll do one more 3 then 6. Later in the year, you'll get inverses too. Okay. Slip that in. All right, so next one, you guys try it. Tell me, where does tangent equal root 3? Yeah, that's the I know. Pi over 3 and
4 pi over 3.
Yeah, that one.
excellent.
Why am I so
Impressive for a Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Good work. Okay. That's fairly simple, but that is the idea of what we're doing. Okay? That's not bad, right? Great. Let's keep going. All right, we are still solving 0 to 2 pi. So same directions. I changed slides. You don't need to change your directions. Write down 3 and 4 for me, and then we'll do them together. Martin? Okay, so the, I don't even know what that means, but okay. So the first one, you just need to do a little bit of algebra first. So what do you think I would do to get cosine of x by?
Minus that 2 speed.
Okay, and then divide by 2. So are we okay with just going to cosine of x equals -1?
Yep.
Wait, yes, we're all okay?
Yeah.
I didn't lose anyone?
Nope.
Alright, David, are you with me right now?
Oh, wow.
Zone it out on me there.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You get that?
The identities.
No, I'll show you. It's not, you don't have to do the identities there. Not, no, yeah,
There.
not there. Okay, so where does cosine equal -1?
It's gonna have to be pi over. Your power to-
I like all the answers, but no. Somebody said it over here.
Wait,
It
wait.
is pi.
Oh, wait. Negative. Oh, yes, pi.
Do you guys get how there's only one answer this time? There were 2 before.
Yeah, we get that.
You get, okay, all right. Okay, number 4. What's scarier? I see a trinomial, which means I have to factor.
No. Oh.
Not bad.
It's not bad, guys.
Cosine. Is it cosine of x plus 1 is +1 and then -1?
They're both.
If you did 1 plus and 1 minus, that'd multiply to give you a
I'm
-1.
gonna blow out its factor.
We've discussed, yes, we need to come in again and factor. Do you guys see how it's gonna be -1, -1?
I did negative cosine x squared plus 1.
Oh,
Go.
goodness, why?
I don't know.
And it can't be squared.
I know.
Okay, no, stop. Don't do that.
The recording is going well.
Yeah, it's going really well, guys. Great video. All right, so then we have what's called the zero product property. I could set my 2 factors equal to 0. Do I need to do both of them? They're the exact same thing, right? Okay, so what I'm really looking for is when does cosine equal 1? All right, guys, pay attention. Details matter here. Look at the directions. 0. I hear some saying 0 and 2 pi.
No, it's gonna be. No, I got it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. It's gonna be. It's gonna
Just
be
0. Why is it not also 2 pi?
People are.
Yeah, look at your directions that you wrote down. You're solving from 0 that's included to 2 pi that is not included, okay? Little details.
Why'd you split into 2?
Yeah, I think that's the same thing.
So I take the 2 factors and I set them each equal to 0. It only works when it's equal to 0 because that's the zero product property. But they're the exact same thing, so I only did it once.
Oh, okay. So if it was like
Yeah,
cosine minus 1, cosine plus 1.
Yeah, you'd have 2 things to solve. Yep.
Oh, and then you have
Yes.
well, possible.
Yes. Exactly.
When
All
it's
right.
just like how.
Yes. With some trigs
With
thrown
like
in.
with no numbers.
With no
less,
numbers.
Less numbers. Yes.
All right. Ready for more? Okay. New directions, guys. Find all solutions. Write it down. Okay, Fletcher, you're facing the wrong way. You're still facing the wrong way. Stop, rock, paper, scissors. Anna. Remember? All right, guys. All solutions. So again, we're still thinking about the circle. That's kind of off, but that's okay. So I want to know all the way around the circle, where does sine equal +1/2? 10.
5 or 6. And 7, 5 or 6.
Close. Good deal. No, we're gonna go 5. Just like travel normal around the circle. Okay.
Not like the weird stuff.
Not it's. So is there a -1 there? Like, is it to the net? Yeah. So not inverse. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Like, It's very easy to mix those two ideas, so you really have to pay attention to like, okay, inverses I do this way, solving I do this way. Okay. All right, now guys, that's not your only answer because it says find all solutions. Well, what if I went around the circle again? Right, there's infinite answers here. So do you remember what we did with our domain when we were talking about asymptotes and they kept going forever and ever?
Yeah.
What do we do? How do we write domains?
Oh, X.
X.
Such that X something with a R.
Yes, X element of the real.
Element
Plus
is A and R, and then
Plus or minus.
something like
Something with a K, right? Okay, yeah.
The K
Yeah,
is
you guys
equal
remember all
to
that.
whatever.
How far is it all the way around the circle?
that's
2 pi. So this is going to repeat every 2 pi, right? Forwards or backwards?
Yeah.
So we're going to say pi over 6 plus or minus 2 pi k
Oh.
and 5 pi over 6. And you can just say plus if you want, it's fine. 2 pi k. That is your answer. So do you guys see how that's different when it says all solutions? You must read your directions on your test. I mean, really all the
what
time.
is that? Pi K.
Yeah, 2 pi k. My k is a little weird, but integers, so it's like 2 pi or 2 pi's or 3 2 pi's, like, or going backwards by. All right, okay. We will still do all solutions, okay? Jot this one down. What looks different? There's a 3, right? Write it down. We'll go over it. It is a little different. Okay, we're going to start just like we did the last problem. That was just sine of x equals 1/2. And we came up with pi over 6 plus 2 pi k. Again, plus or minus, I don't care. And 5 pi over 6 plus 2 pi k. And that's what x equaled, right? Well, I don't have an x over here, I have a 3x. So that's what 3x is going to equal. Make sense?
Oh, so maybe mine.
You what? Either way is fine. The k should technically represent both positive and negative integers, so you're fine. How do you think I get x by itself? Yeah, and you are literally dividing everything by 3. So I'm just making one big divide by 3. Okay, now fun with fractions again. Pi over 6 divided by 3.
Oh, wait.
Yes, pi over 18. So think about it, off to the side here, if I'm doing pi over 6 divided by 3, that's 3 over 1, right? You flip it, yes. Okay? All right. Then that's going to be plus 2 pi k over 3, because that doesn't reduce. I don't know why I wrote 6. Yeah, thanks. It's been one of those long, short weeks. All right, 5 pi over 6. What's that going to become?
Oh, it's going to be 5 pi over 18.
Yes. And then 2 pi k over 3. Okay. Still all right? Yes.
So the 3x equals that's well, we just thought about what sign.
Yeah, so we figured out for a sine, where does sine equal a half?
And
We
then
got these.
yeah.
And then it's like, ooh, but I didn't just have x, I had 3x, so now I gotta divide by 3. Yeah. Okay. All right. Did you say we have 6 more days of March?
I mean, February, we have 6 more days.
Oh, okay.
So long.
All right, shut number 7 down. We'll stick with all solutions here. You guys try this one. No, you do not have to do a formula for this. Do it just like we did the last one.
So it has to be 30. Oh, and I'll say that.
Alright guys, let's go through it. Okay guys, so first is figuring out where does sine equal negative root 3 over 2. So where does that happen? Good. Alright, step 1. Yay, we okay. Alright, what do I do from there?
Divide by 2.
Divide everything by 2. Alright, so 4 pi over 3 divided by 2. What is that?
2 pi over 3.
Yes. Plus? Pi k, good. Alright, and then 5 pi over 3, what's that going to be?
It's going to be 5 pi over 6.
Plus pi k.
Wait, what about that?
So it's 2 pi k over 2?
Oh, shoot, blue. Oh, wait, yeah, you're right.
Okay. Oh, true. Got it. We can reduce fractions. Yeah. Why, what? What do you mean add? Like actually add these two? So this is a k. So you can't actually add them, because if we're doing all solutions, and you wanted to like list them all, you would never end it.
I mean, I know you can't like put them all over.
What do you mean? This is like one thing. You want it to be like 2 pi plus 3 pi k all over 3? You can do that. That's not much. I thought you meant like actually.
I know it's good.
Yeah. No, it's going to be simpler to just leave them separated. We are actually going to do some adding with them, but it's the next kind of thing. Okay, yes. Sine is up and down. Sine is y values, so that's why I picked third and fourth quadrant. So third quadrant, fourth quadrant.
Perfect.
Cosine is x, remember it's side to side. Sine is y, it's up and down. Sure. The wrong way. Okay.
Yeah, I know, and then I said inverse wouldn't be that.
So inverse is only this negative 5 over 2 minus 2. That's when we have your only doing that. What we're doing right now is not inverse. This is like all the way around the circle.
And then this one is, so.
Alright.
And I'm just, oh, and I'm just doing that. Okay.
All right, let's look at another one. All right, directions changed. We are back to solving 0 to 2 pi. Write down both 8 and 9. These are probably the hardest ones in, yeah, pretty close to the hardest stuff in the whole unit. So,
Really?
these two, yeah. They're not that bad, yeah. It's, again, individually, none of it is that bad. It's on the test when your mind tries to, like, jumble it all together. Don't let that happen, okay? Yeah, just tell him.
Well, it's like, could you just like go, could you just get like, for all of 6.1 on one page, in 2 pages, then
All of 6.2.
and then all of 6.2.
It kind of is like that. I mean,
I hope so much.
No, I appreciate the multiple choice question.
I don't know if there are any multiple choice on this test. I have to double check.
Yeah, you got a
Okay, guys, let's go through these.
Wait, Miss Lake, which one ourselves?
Well, let's do 8 together, then you can try 9. Because it's different, because I changed the directions on you again. I know. Well, that's what I'm going to show you. That's why I can't just let you, run free on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what'll happen. All right. We're going to start it the exact same way we have it. So where does cosine equal 1/2? Pi over 3.
5 over 3 and 5 over 3.
Yes. And I'm still doing plus 2 pi k. Like, that's not going to be part of my final answer, but I'm going to use it to get to my final answer. Okay? So I'm starting there. Pi over 3 plus 2 pi k, 5 pi over 3 plus 2 pi k. What should I do next?
Wait, is it plus or minus?
It's either way.
We have to write plus or minus.
No, I said either way is fine.
Just said that then.
I'm sorry.
All right, how do I get x by itself? Okay, so still same as what you were doing. So pi over 9 plus 2 pi k over 3 and 5 pi over 9 plus 2 pi k over 3. Okay, nothing new yet, right? We're okay here. Okay, so the directions say I only want answers between 0 and 2 pi. So I don't want everything forever and ever. So I can't use this k. But I have to find all of them between 0 and 2 pi. So my first answer is just this pi over 9. To find my second answer, I take the pi over 9 and I add to it 2 pi over 3. Okay, that's not what it tells me to do right here. Okay, how do I add these two? Now, what's 2 pi over 3 really going to become?
6 over 9. 6 pi over 9.
Yep. All right, you can almost read that. What is pi over 9 plus 6 pi over 9? 7 pi over 9. That is your second answer. Okay. We're not done yet. I take that 7 pi over 9, and what do you think I add to it?
Pi over 9.
No.
Pi over
2 pi over 3, which is 6 pi over 9. You add this value every time, which add it with the common denominator every time. So I get 13 pi over 9. No. Okay, what if we did it again? What would I get?
The over the 2 pi.
Yes, I would get 19 pi over 9. That is too big. Okay? Is that 18 pi over 9 too pi? So 19 pi over 9 is too much. So I'm going to stop adding on that one. All I've done is taken the first answer and added this as many times as I can. Now I have to go to this answer. I know. 5 pi over 9 is next. What do you think I'm adding to it?
The 2 pi over 3.
Yep, so what do I get?
11 pi over 9.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, wait.
And should I add again?
17.
Yes. Should I add any more? Okay. Now let me tell you a few things about this. There's a way to know how many answers you should have.
Oh my god. Yeah, it shows that one.
Yeah, this was not a good one to not pay attention to, guys.
I just put
I did.
Oh, wait.
See it? It's still adding.
Oh, you subtract.
No, I just started with this answer
I don't
and
understand.
then added. And added.
Oh, so you do 3. Oh,
Yeah. So guys, when we started, guys, please listen to this, okay? If I just said when does cosine equal a half, that happened in 2 places, right? We had 2 answers. Well, now I have a 3 here. That's telling me I'm going to have 3 times as many answers as I originally started with. So if I start with 2 answers, I should expect 6 answers in the end, 3 from each of them. So like, what if this was a 7 in here? What if it was cosine of 7x?
14 answers.
14 answers. Do you think I'm going to do that to you?
Please don't.
No, I'm not going to do that to you. No, I don't really want to waze through your 14 answers and see if they're right. That just seems bad. So this is going to help guide you. Realize sometimes there's only 1 answer to start with. So then you'd only have 3.
Ooh.
Okay? So you just have to think about what you're given.
Would there only be 1 answer?
Perhaps on number 9. Because doesn't sine equal -1 only in one place? Yeah. Okay. So you guys try number 9. I'm going to show you one thing on the calculator too, so you work on that while I get my calculator up. Try number 9. Oh, you have to go.
Oh my god.
Yep.
You started with the wrong one. That's like tangent.
That's probably right.
Okay. Because sine only equals -1 in one spot. Sine is y values. Okay.
3 pi over 2.
Yes.
Wait, can it be perfect?
Can it be perfect?
So can it be so 3 pi over 4 plus pi over 4 is 4 pi over 1? Is it not?
It's not.
No.
No, you're not. No.
That's where Copper said that.
Copper. I don't know who that is.
All right, guys, let's go through it. Are you ready?
I don't know.
I mean, you can answer.
I'm like
How many answers did you get?
2. 4.
You should only have 2.
2. No, 2. You get simplify.
Not 17. Okay, guys, where does sine equal -1?
4. Pi over 2 and 3.
Only at 3 pi over 2, right? Okay. So then I divide everything by 2. I have 3 pi over 4 plus pi k, right? Okay, so actual answers. 3 pi over 4 is one of them. And I add pi to that, so what do I get?
You get 4 pi over 4. 6 pi over 4.
7 pi over 4. You need a common denominator. Right now it's pi over 1. And then you're done.
That's the hardest one.
It's
Sounds like
oh, okay. Got it.
Why do you add instead of like 2 pi k? So pi k over.
Well, what's 2 pi divided by 2?
Got it.
Yep, that's all. It's always just those little simple things you're like, oh. Okay. All right, let's try again. Let's see. Let's try this one.
Okay.
Do that one. I still want to show you something on the calculator here. We have loads of time. All right, guys, how you doing? How many answers do you think you're going to get this time? No.
How'd I get 6? 3 times.
Yeah, because there's 2 answers originally, right? So, David, are you actually doing the problem?
No.
Yeah,
I need a brain break. It's the like brain break. I lost 2 grades.
That's
Feel free. I don't know if the day is. I feel like it should, but someone day would all be more today. Thank you, babe. It was like,
I'm doing that.
guys, how we doing?
hard. I tried.
It's like your weekend goal.
Oh, that's
I need to go to 3. No, okay, no, they actually so tall. Every time I write it, it's like this 4 pi over 9. But I was like, it's like are we getting there? Not there.
You're not starting yet, I'm trying. Oh, sure. That's good.
Oh, so these all should be over 9. Yes. But they're all. I don't know if this
You got there?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you get 6 answers?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
15.
All right. We start. Where does cosine equal negative a half? So where does that happen, guys? Oh,
2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3.
good. All right, so I'm at 2 pi over 9 plus 2 pi k over 3 and 4 pi over 9 plus 2 pi k over 3. Are we okay with that? Okay. So my actual answers, I'm going to have 2 pi over 9. I'm actually adding 6 pi over 9, right? Okay, so 8 pi over 9. Next. What did you say? I'm sorry. Good. I don't know what I heard. Okay. And then we switch over to 4 pi over 9. No. I mean, I usually do like all of them with the first answer, all of them with the second, but that's a 16. Okay? Yeah. It's the direction. If it is said all solutions. Hey guys, everybody listen to this, please. If it says all solutions, you stop here. You have K's in your answer and you stop here. That's all solutions. If it's all solutions, you don't have a K happening somewhere. You go find your K. Okay, you lost it. If it's 0 to 2 pi, you're going to have specific values that don't have a K.
I have found a pattern.
There's so many.
No,
Good.
no. No, for the answers, ready?
Yes.
2, 4, stops at 6, 8, 10, stops at 12, thing of 6, 14, 16, 18 wouldn't be in there, it would be 20.
Okay.
So no 6s, because it would, because it would just simplify. And now I'm realizing that doesn't make any sense.
I like that you're looking for it. Yeah, go ahead. All right, questions on that? Yes.
I mean, of course, okay.
What to add by? It's this. That's why we start with this. Like, I know we're not going to say the answer, but we start here so that we know what to actually add. That's why you have to divide everything by 3. Okay. All right. Let me see. What else do I want to give you?
Forget it.
I don't know if I want to make you. Guys, let's try number 10. This will be our last one, so we'll pretend that it's number 11 now. Ignore this guy for right now. Yeah, we have 25 minutes left, guys. Guys, write it down. I want to go through this one together. This is our last one. It's got a little twist in there. Do we have it written? Yeah. You ever written pleasures? Is your packet still out? You're just hiding it. Okay. Just making sure. I'm like, you didn't like just give up on me, did you?
No.
Okay. Guys, I can't say when does sine equal cosine. I mean, you can kind of, but it's not like the other ones, right? Do you see how this looks different?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do we know a substitution for sine of 2x?
Sine x, sine x.
Good.
Oh, this is coming back.
Okay.
Oh, and then you can divide.
No. Okay. Do not divide by cosine, guys. You're going to factor it out. If you divide by it right here, you will lose some of your solutions.
You'll lose it.
Okay? You cannot divide by a variable. But I could move the cosine over there. Right? I can subtract it. Then I can factor. What's my factor out on the right? What?
Why is there still cosine x? So you got
This is this.
yeah.
This is all of this. I subtracted cosine from both sides, so that's arrow.
Oh, we could produce the last unit.
Yes. It's gonna be okay, guys.
Wait, so it's gonna be 0 equals 2 sine?
Close. Let's factor.
Take up.
Take out cosine. What do you want me to say again?
She wants you to repeat the whole process.
The whole thing? Okay. All right. Cosine is cosine. Sine of 2x is this. That's a formula from last unit. Okay. Then all I did was move this cosine over to this side, so that's why it's subtracted now. Then I factored. Okay. Now that I have it factored, I can set my factors equal to 0. Yes, okay. So I'm going to have cosine of x equals 0 and 2 sine of x minus 1 equals 0. Okay. All right. Where does cosine equal 0? And we're just solving 0 to 2 pi, guys.
Oh, that's that's pi.
Sine, I mean, pi
Pi over 2 and?
3 pi.
Okay. Wait a second, and then we'll go over to the other equation.
Or you have to add the 2 whatever.
Add the 2 whatever.
Go like 2 data whatever, 2 sine, 2 pi.
I would add the 1 and divide by 2,
Oh, yeah.
right? So I would go, when does sine equal 1/2? That's just algebra there, guys. Okay with that? Where does that happen? Pi over 6 and?
5 pi over 6.
Yes, 5 pi over 6. All 4 of those are your answers.
So no 2 plus 2 pi.
No, because you didn't put the. Oh, now we have to do that.
No. There was no, once we're here, is there like a coefficient in front of the x on any of them?
Oh, no.
No, so you don't have to do that process anymore. No fraction adding, so that's nice.
Is this the hardest one?
Pretty much, like substituting a formula, I think that's as bad as it gets. Okay?
For the unit?
Well,
So when I look at it, I can't say, oh, where does sine equal cosine? I mean, you if you really know your circle and your graphs well, you can think about that, but well, you need to set it equal to 0. But if I don't change this, then I just have sine of 2x minus cosine of x, and I can't factor that. So, you could have moved the cosine first. Yep. Okay.
If you ever see a formula, it's kind of a good idea.
So, yes and no, because look at, like, I could do this one with a formula. I could have said,
I have a lot of questions. I think
that's not really super helpful. So, no.
Wait, you're stuck. Get back.
Like, if this method doesn't work, if you have, like, sines and cosines,
And you need to like, yeah.
you kind of want to get to just one or the other. That's usually when you have to use a formula. Okay. Let me show you one more thing on the calculator with this. Okay, guys, I promise this is the end of your notes, but you got to pay attention so you can see where this comes from. I know, I'm asking so much of you, but you can do it. So back to this one where I had cosine of 3x equals 1/2. Let me just show you graphically why I get so many answers. So if I started with just cosine of x and 1/2. Relax. All right, let's look at that graph. Oh, let me change my window, sorry. Hold on. Hold on, I need 0. Okay. So guys, this is graphing it from 0 to 2 pi. That looks like cosine, right? How many times does it equal 1/2? 2, right? Okay, that's what you're actually doing. If I change it to cosine of 3x, you guys remember graphically how that messed with the period of it? It happens 3 times as fast. Yeah. So now how many times does it equal 1/2? 6. Okay? That's why you get all these extra solutions. Okay? So it's not just this random, oh, there's a 3, so it must be 6. Okay? It actually comes from the graph. All right. Homework. I will give you time to start working on it, but I do expect you to use your time.
nothing but.
Yeah. Some of you owe me 2 homework assignments.
I am.
I did not say names. I just said some of you. All right, I'll stop there.